Hello again to everyone. Well, today we have something a little bit different. This is something that came up later. So actually, I had recorded the whole training, all four parts of this training. And again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure that you see my previous video. This is well, let's call it part 1.5 of the hover training to be able to be proficient in Piro flips, which has been kindly shared with us by Eric Brandenburg, which is a former pro pilot that we interviewed on the Skid Sub podcast. So if you haven't seen the previous video, make sure that you watch it. But in this video, actually, I remembered, and again, after I have finished the full training, all four videos, I remembered that Heli-X actually does have a hover training feature. So this hover training feature is actually so that you can learn how to hover. But of course, you can also learn how to Piro hover, which is what we covered on the previous episode of this series. So basically what you need to do is go here to training, helicopters, hover training. Okay, on the hover training, if you're just getting started with hover, well, of course, you will benefit from Heli-X controlling something for you. But in this case, you want to control everything. So you want to control the collective, you want to control the cyclic. Well, the cyclic Nick is elevator, roll is aileron, and rudder. And start yourself at a distance of 2 meters, or actually you can start yourself at the ground. Well, no, the smallest one is 0.5 meters, so I think 2 meters is fine. It actually tells you where the helicopter is going to start. So it's going to start halfway in the air at 2 meters, which gives you time to react so that you don't keep on crashing. View direction, of course, from back. You can also do it from any other direction. Rotation 0 per minute, so that you don't need to rotate automatically, because as I've already said, you need to peg the rudder at the speed that you feel comfortable with. And the extra large area, because anything smaller will be incredibly difficult. As you progress, you can make it smaller if you want. So the idea is, as you saw, you started, floating, but I actually have to throttle hold on. But for some reason, Heli-X, when I have throttle hold on, it doesn't start in throttle hold. It starts, running, I don't know why, at a low speed. But anyways, the idea is to try to make sure that you stay within the confines of the circle. And it'll change colors if you start to move away. So if you start going into that area, then it goes yellow, or it goes red if you're approaching the edge. That gives you a good visual reference. There you go. And it crashes the helicopter if you actually go away. So this is perfect if you don't have a field that has a visual reference, like this field, which has actually 2 cones, but you don't need the actual visual reference. You can just use this hover training and attempt to keep the helicopter always within the circle. And as I failed to explain before, that I explained in part 4, you need to do this on both rudder directions. Now, I'll always do it on one rudder direction, but you should actually train in both. Why? Because that will allow you to not just learn Piro flips, but learn how to do reverses. So I've actually never trained on the other rudder direction, because it feels very uncomfortable to me. So what I'll do is that I'll try to train on the other. But right now, I need to make sure that I get at least one run. Because as you can see, it's difficult. But I wanted to share this with you guys, so that you know that Heli-X has this great training tool. And I had completely forgotten about that. I was going the old school and trying to find a field that actually has some markers, like this one that has a couple of cones, so that you could stay within those cones. But why do that if you have hover training feature from Heli-X? And again, it can help you to manage some by itself. So you can automate, let's say, the corrective if you don't want to worry about that, and just worry about the rest of the controls. Or you can control whatever you want, so that you take it step by step. But I recommend to just enable everything, and just put as I've shown on a previous video, to just tweak the speed of the tail so that it feels comfortable to you. It can be very slow, or you can do that with Heli-X. You can tell it a certain amount of rotations per minute and let it control the rudder, and then you can keep it pegged even though Heli-X is going to controlling it for you, just so that you know that you need to keep that rudder pegged. Okay, so you can also do that if you want. But I guess that's it for today. Just wanted to show you how to do these hover training videos so that you can practice your Piro hover. Okay, so again, thank you very much for watching. Continue watching parts 3 and 4. Again, I recorded these after I finished part 4, but so you will see this same scenario on part 4. But I think that it doesn't hurt to give a little bit more of information. So I'm squeezing this in on my release schedule right after part 1, but bear in mind I recorded the other ones afterward. I mean before. Okay, so thank you very much. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see you next time.